Hello guys and welcome back to TechWolf. Today we are going to do another test for CompTIA Core 1 and this test will be of 40 questions. And like I was mentioning in all my previous videos, if you are interested in more of these test videos on different subjects from CompTIA, Microsoft and also from Cisco, go to the channel's homepage, to the TechWolf, just click on TechWolf under this video and go to my playlists. And let's start guys. A technician is setting up workstation for graphics design. What component should they prioritize for the best performance? High-end graphics card, wired mouse, high wattage power supply, external speakers, or extra USB port. So imagine if you would be building if you would be building a workstation for graphics design, what would be the main component in such a computer system? And here's the correct answer would be high-end graphics card, as a powerful GPU or graphics processing unit is essential for the rendering and handling high-resolution images efficiently. A user's desktop computer fails to boot, displaying a no boot device found error. What is the most likely cause? A loose RAM module, a disconnected or failed storage drive, a low battery, a faulty sound card, or a disabled firewall. And here the correct answer would be a disconnected or failed storage drive, as if the system cannot find the boot device, the primary storage drive may be disconnected or defective. A technician needs to replace thermal paste on a CPU. What is the primary purpose of thermal paste? Increase CPU clock speed, prevent short circuits, improve heat transfer between the CPU and cooler, improve network speed, or reduce power consumption. So, what is the primary purpose of thermal paste? And here you should know that correct answer is improve heat transfer between the CPU and cooler, as thermal paste enhances heat dissipation, preventing overheating. A user reports that their Wi-Fi keeps disconnecting on their laptop, but works fine on their phone. What should be checked first? The phone's screen resolution, the printer's firmware, the desktop wallpaper, the laptop's Wi-Fi adapter settings, or the battery percentage. And here the correct answer is the laptop's Wi-Fi adapter settings, as if only one device is having Wi-Fi issues, its network adapter setting may need adjustment. A technician is diagnosing a laptop with a distorted screen. The external monitor displays correctly. What is the most likely issue? A failing laptop screen, an outdated network driver, a loose Ethernet cable, a faulty USB device, or a full hard drive? What would be the most appropriate answer here? And here the correct answer would be a failing laptop screen. As if an external monitor works fine, the issue is likely with the laptop's built-in display. A technician needs to securely erase all data from decommissioned hard drive. What is the best method? Delete all files manually, install new operating system, use data wiping utility, enable guest mode, or turn off Windows Defender. And here you will get at least one of these types of questions about deleting, about correct deleting, and decommission drives or drives which are not needed on your CompTIA Plus Core 1 exam. So you should know the answer for this question as well. And here the correct answer would be a use data wiping utility, as secure wiping utilities overwrite all data to ensure it cannot be recovered. A customer complains that their touchscreen is not responding. What should be checked first? Replace the power adapter, reboot the device, turn off airplane mode, increase the screen brightness, or disable Bluetooth. And here the correct answer would be reboot the device, as restarting the device or rebooting the device can resolve many touchscreen responsiveness issues. And by the way guys, if you are interested, you can also go to this Skill Test Pro website. This is absolutely free and you can take all these different tests for yourself. I understand that many of you are saying that you like to watch and this is much faster than you prefer me creating videos, but also try to do these practice tests for yourself and try to do them before your exam as much as possible, because this will greatly help you in your exam. You should take at least 1,000 tests for yourself rather than watching only videos before you are attempting your exams. And a user is unable to print from their computer, but other users can print fine. What should be checked first? Verify the user has correct printer selected, check if the toner is low, restart the router, replace the motherboard, update the network driver. And the correct answer here is verify the user has correct printer selected, as if other users can print, the issue is likely with a misconfigured printer selection on the attached user's PC. A technician is replacing an HDD or hard disk drive with an SSD or solid state drive. What is one major advantage of using an SSD over HDD? That's the question. Lower graphics quality, increased power consumption, higher latency, faster read-write speeds, more moving parts. And here the correct answer is, you should know that faster read-write speeds, as SSDs are much faster and they don't have actually moving parts. SSDs significantly improve performance due to faster data access and lack of moving parts. A user reports that their desktop screen is showing a no signal message. What should the technician check first? Restart the printer, ensure the video cable is securely connected, check for malware, disable airplane mode, or update the antivirus software. And here the correct answer would be ensure the video cable is securely connected, as a loose disconnected video cable is common cause of a no signal message. A user needs to connect a printer that is located in another room without using cables. What is the best option? Parallel port connection, Ethernet only setup, VGA cable, Wi-Fi printing, or installing an external cooling fan. And here the correct answer is Wi-Fi printing, as wireless printing allows users to connect to printers without needing physical cables. A technician is setting up a RAID 5 array, another question which will 100% will be at least one in your CompTIA Plus Core 1, is about knowing all RAIDs and how they are different from each other, RAID 0, RAID 1, RAID 5 and RAID 10. These are which you need to know for your exam. What is the primary benefit of this configuration? So a technician is setting up a RAID 5 array. What is the primary benefit of RAID 5? Fault tolerance and performance improvement, faster internet speed, single drive operation, increased cooling efficiency, or lower power consumption. So which one would be the correct answer? And here the correct answer is a fault tolerance and performance improvement, as RAID 5 provides redundancy and increased read performance using parity data. A technician needs to install an operating system on a new laptop without a DVD drive. What is the best method? Install from a floppy disk, use a Bluetooth connection, use a bootable USB drive, copy files via an external hard drive, enable guest mode. So which one would be the best answer? And here the best answer would be use a bootable USB drive, as bootable USB drives are the standard method for installing an OS or operating system on modern devices without optical drives. A user reports that their Wi-Fi signal is weak in certain parts of their house. What is the best solution? So, you need to you have a problem with Wi-Fi signal. What would be the best solution from all these answers? Upgrade to a wired keyboard, install a Wi-Fi range extender, lower the screen brightness, disable a firewall, or replace the SSD. And here the correct answer would be install a Wi-Fi range extender, as installing a range extender can boost Wi-Fi signals in weak coverage areas. A technician replaces a laptop battery, but the system does not detect the new battery. What should they do first? So, if battery is not detected, what should they do first? Replace the RAM, reinstall the operating system, check for firmware update, update the graphics drivers, reset the monitor settings. So, which would be the correct answer here? And here the correct answer would be check for a firmware update, as some laptops require a BIOS or firmware update to properly recognize the new batteries. A user connects a new second monitor, but it only mirrors the primary display instead of extending it. What settings should they check? Wi-Fi network settings, audio output settings, display mode settings, task manager, or device manager, which would be the correct answer. What user should be checking? And here the correct answer would be display mode settings, as the display settings allow users to change between mirror and extended display modes. A customer complains that their gaming PC crashes randomly under heavy load. What should the technician check first? Monitor refresh rate, printer driver installation, USB power settings, Bluetooth signal strength, or CPU and GPU temperature. So, what should the technician check first? And here the correct answer would be CPU and GPU temperatures, as overheating can cause system crashes, especially under heavy workloads like gaming. A technician is setting up home office for a remote worker who requires a stable connection for video conferencing. What is the best type of connection to use? Wired Ethernet, public Wi-Fi, mobile hotspot, dial-up connection, or Bluetooth tethering. And here, logically, for the best connection, we would use a wired Ethernet, as wired Ethernet provides a stable and fast connection, reducing lag in video calls. A laptop user complains that their screen is dim even when brightness is set to maximum. What is most likely cause? A missing graphics driver, a failing backlight, a slow internet connection, an incorrect wallpaper, or an unplugged USB device. And here the correct answer would be a failing backlight, as a dim display despite maximum brightness strength is often caused by a failing LCD backlight. A user reports that their desktop is taking a long time to boot and frequently freezes. What is the most likely cause? An unplugged Ethernet cable, a disconnected monitor, a failing hard drive, a faulty power button, or a weak Wi-Fi signal. And here the correct answer would be a failing hard drive, as a failing hard drive or HDD often causes slow boot times and system freezes due to read-write errors. A user needs to print high-resolution images with deep color accuracy. What type of printer should they use? Laser printer, thermal printer, dot matrix printer, inkjet printer, or 3D printer. Another question where you need to know inside out is about printers, as you also will have 100% questions on printers on your CompTIA Plus Core 1 exam. And here the correct answer would be inkjet printer, as inkjet printers are the best for photo quality color printing. Next question, a user complains that their laptop screen is completely blank, but an external monitor works fine. What is the most likely issue? The RAM is corrupt, the power supply is failing, the hard drive is fragmented, the system is in an airplane mode, or the laptop's display is faulty. And here logically the laptop's display is faulty, as if an external monitor works, the built-in display may be damaged. A desktop PC randomly shuts down under heavy workloads. What should the technician check first? The antivirus software, the mouse settings, the power supply wattage, the system's wallpaper, or the USB port wattage. And here the correct answer would be the power supply wattage, as the underpowered PCU or power supply units can cause random shutdowns under load. A laptop's cooling fan runs constantly at high speed. What is the most likely cause? Corrupt BIOS, dead CMOS battery, weak Wi-Fi signal, overheating CPU, or faulty GPU driver. And here the correct answer would be overheating CPU, as a constantly running fan is often due to high CPU temperatures, requiring cleaning or repasting. A technician needs to install multiple virtual machines on a workstation. What component is most critical for performance? GPU, power supply, RAM, monitor, or optical drive? So, for performance, what would be the most critical component? And here the correct answer would be RAM, or random access memory, as virtual machines require sufficient RAM to run multiple operating systems simultaneously. A technician is installing a new NVMe SSD in a laptop. What must be done before using it? Format the drive, run a BIOS update, defragment the drive, disable secure boot, or reset the CMOS battery. And here the correct answer would be format the drive, as a new SSD must be formatted before it can store data. A user complains of slow internet speed despite being connected via Ethernet. What should the technician check first? The GPU driver settings, the system's audio drivers, the CPU's clock speed, the amount of free RAM, or the network cable type. And here the correct answer would be a network cable type, as using an older Cat5 cable, for example, instead of Cat5e or Cat6 can limit network speed significantly. A technician installs a new stick of RAM, but the system fails to boot. What is the most likely cause? The CPU is overheating, the operating system is corrupted, the hard drive is failing, the RAM is of a higher capacity than the motherboard supports, or the system lacks an antivirus program. And here the correct answer is the RAM is of higher capacity than the motherboard can support, as the motherboards have RAM capacity limits, and exceeding this limit can prevent booting. A user reports that their laptop speaker stopped working, but audio still plays through headphones. What should the technician check first? The speaker volume settings, the power supply unit, the display settings, the CPU temperature, or the system restore options. And here the correct answer would be the speaker volume settings, as audio settings may be misconfigured, muting the laptop speaker while allowing headphones to function. A user complains that their external hard drive is suddenly unreadable. What is the best tool to check for errors? Disk part or disk partition, device manager, event viewer, check disk, or msconfig. And here the correct answer would be check disk Actually, I pressed msconfig, but the correct answer is check disk, as the check disk command or check disk command scans for and repairs file system errors on storage drives. So yes guys, these were 30 questions. Like I mentioned, I will leave a link if you want, go to this test out and check it out for yourself. And if you found this video useful, leave a like, share this video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and like I mentioned earlier on, if you are interested in more videos on different subjects, on different examinations, on quizzes, go to the channel's homepage, click on playlists and check out all other videos. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.